Welcome to the replay analysis of Steve and the Booze Cruise. This is a fun and interesting game that was close and made us both too nervous. He elected to let me receive, which was nice because I got to start bashing first, especially with my claw. So I set this up so I can get some good bashing in. The plan is to have Kurt go after one of his guard pieces, the one he left out on the left early, and hopefully get a quick injury there. Take out one of his guard pieces, make us equal on guard. He got a very good kick in that it was super short and like right on the line, so I had to move to protect that right away. Put one of my zombies in range of being surfed, but we took that. And then on my second die of the game, got an injury. He uses Apo and misclicked on dead. I'm not sure if the other one was minus armor, but that benefited me because I got a free zombie, which means right now I'm up a player on the pitch and up 2 overall. Based on the kick, I feel like I made a mistake here and still went after the blitzer with guard. I don't mind the play, but it really got my wolf out of position that I couldn't really recover that well for it. And then went for the foul after not breaking armor, so that got a lot of my guys out of position. But really, the first turn I did well to limit blocks and limited him down to 1 block. Got a stun off the fall, which wasn't bad. Wasn't sent off, so you can't complain. Right here, I regret not re-rolling this with 4 re-rolls. It kind of set me up for, let's just say, I'm so spread out now he can obviously just cage me up and bog me down, which is what he starts doing right here. I wasn't sure which zombie he wanted to go after he moved all these pieces. He decided on the kick zombie, which is probably a good call. Limit my kick ability. I kind of left him exposed. Luckily he didn't get an armor break right away. And then he started tying up my guard pieces, which was also smart. My plan this game was to try to limit his guard and maximize mine. I'm only 1 guard down, so it wasn't a horrible task for me to do. Gave myself an assist here. And then really, even if his guys are standing, like, I'll take some punches from them if I can tie up his guard and make it so his guard isn't useful. Right here I set myself up for a nice little push play so I could keep the 2 die on both sides, tie him fully up. Since this guard piece was down already, I decided I would let him go and go after his other guard piece. Got dub skulls, but had a bunch of re-rolls, so take that. And got myself in a safe position that also lets me attack him if he stands that guy up. Got a nice little push play here that I could not really take advantage of, but it did at least, had I knocked him down, the ball would have been not that bad to play next turn. The current situation, the ball is now bad to play, and I set myself up so one of these guys can potentially get surfed. Luckily, he rolled Skull and then Defender Stumbles, which we'll take. So, got my guard pieces in pretty solid position. As I said, set myself up so I could do this right here. And then went and decided tying up his guard piece was a little bit more important, so went with that. Started using some of my 2 dice here. Only got pushes, but even that, like, got me set up pretty well. And allowed me to use my guard pieces to really get my wolf out of trouble. Got a nice little 2 die there, which set me up well. Shouldn't have followed there, which is what I didn't do, thankfully. I do follow later, which kind of got me a little torn up. Sadly, got surfed here, KO'd, which was unfortunate, but Frenzy can lead you into spots where you can also get surfed, and if I can surf that guy, it's a great trade for me. Took more punches than I wanted to this turn, I will say that. It's never fun having your dudes knocked down. He made an interesting play here to try to seize up the ball, but the problem is he set me up for a nice little surf attempt. And over here, just tying up his guys. If I can tie up his useful players with a zombie, that's great. Knocked him down, which is even better. So my loner's just doing work. And now I can start tying more people up. Really getting good use out of the wolves. They're not breaking armor, but they are giving me great use, getting hits from them every turn. Not having to blitz with them even occasionally. The thought on hitting this guy out of the way and staying was I have a shot at a surf on him. Here, just was going to surf him. Ended up getting an injury, so I can't complain. First 2 points on George. And then I had this, and rolled a skull, and both down. Which stunk. I basically had 66 and 66 with the reroll, and rolled a 1 and 9. So can't win them all. Mighty Blow comes into play there and stuns me. He decides to scatter the ball. It goes in a pretty good position for him here. So, like, right now he has some pretty good ball control. And he's starting to get some KOs. Which, right now, we're both down 2. He fails both of these dodges, which was great, double 1, and this really opened up the game for me in that now the ball is clear and I have a werewolf in position to get it. So, clear up the wolf, keep his guy busy. Get a nice little stun there. Thick Skull came into play. Otherwise he would have been out. Free up my guard piece to further secure the ball. This way I give the ball some good protection. Right now the only guy that can reach me is right here. I should have gone 2 to the right instead of just 1, because that guy wouldn't have been able to reach me anyway, and he's less of a threat to get some bashing in. So right now, if you look at this, and I was looking at him, he can reach me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so with 1 reroll. This guy is slow, so he couldn't get anywhere. That was nice that he had to use a reroll there. I mean, it still worked out for him. And then tied up my wolf, so he's not going anywhere. Then got his dodge, got his GFI, got his second GFI, and got his 1 die, which is unfortunate. Made him roll a lot of dice, but you can't win them all. Got this guy knocked down, but can't. I mean, that's going to happen a good amount of the time. He has a 50% chance to knock down my zombies, really, if he attacks them. But we'll take that to tie up his guard guys all day. I start tying up his guys. I don't plan on blocking. I plan on playing the ball. Picked it up. Have 1 GFI to get in. Succeed in that. The reason I scored here is I figured with 3 turns, since he's a dwarf team, he's going to struggle to score. He doesn't really have too many people that can get down there and get an extra chance. See how the KOs work. Get some chances to bash. Sadly, my KOs didn't wake up. His guys didn't either, which puts me up... Oh, his guys can't because they're injured, but it puts me up 1 player, which is because I killed Nat King Cores. Protect my zombies here, keep the guard guys in a good position that they can start clogging if need to. I expect at least one of these guys to go down here, especially with the Mighty Blow. And only AV8, so that'll come into play, of course. Unfortunate kick in that it landed right on him, or it landed right next to him and bounced on him, so he got a free catch attempt. He has sure hands, so it's not like he's going to fail anyway, but it's still one of those things where it's a little unfortunate that he got the free catch attempt. This guy was a hero, took 3 blocks, tied up 2 guys, and didn't get stunned, so he could stand right back up. So from these first few moves, you can tell he's going to set up a little bit of a side screen here, so we want to prevent that. And the nice thing is he's kind of letting me tie up his guys with the zombies, which is always nice. Like, I don't care if they get beat up, honestly. It was really unfortunate he got KO'd, because otherwise he could have, you know, done some nice tying up himself. And then this guy starts running down to get in scoring position, so that's something we want to stop right away. Which is why we put the zombie right in front of him. So in this position I can only get 1 block, but as I said earlier, I'm really concerned about tying up his guys, making sure he doesn't get any sort of good block here. Position my guy on this side to provide an assist. And this also allows me to get my wolves in pretty good position here. I exposed Kurt a little bit here, but it's not really that bad as I have, you know, clear advantage all over. Probably overcommitted here with the guard guy, but got a second one in basically global position so he can go anywhere.
Come on, guys, together.
And again, this guy's a champion. I really got him to switch field, which is huge. The more you can get dwarves to switch field, their slow movement really hurts them. So, on turn 7, I know he needs to get someone in scoring position. It was a good call to blitz this, because it does get that guy in pretty good position. It does mean next turn I can ignore anyone who's not in scoring position, and if he stands this guy up, that guy's getting served easy. That guy tries a dodge. It's a very low, it's a 5+. Fails. There's nothing really wrong with that because he was going to get hit anyway, so no reason not to give it a shot. He was trying to potentially tie up my white, which would have been really good for him. So we say, okay, let's get in the way. Let's make sure that he can't do anything too crazy. The only guy who can score right now is right here. So we know we need to do something with him. And that's what we start to do, is get Cadaver in there and then run a blitz right here.
Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top?
Get both down, decide to reroll, get a push. A push works. Had I gotten him down, I mean, it wouldn't have even been a problem, but really he's tied up and he can't blitz himself away. Sadly, that meant my flesh golem went down there. Bit of a problem. Flesh golem's the only one that Dauntless works on, so like he would have got a Dauntless roll there and gotten a 2-die anyway. Wouldn't have really mattered. Flesh golem was probably going down either way. Got some KOs here, but I did have a Bloodwiser Babe, and since we're in the first half after this turn, I'll get another chance at re-rolling them. So he only got a push, which was unfortunate for him. And then he failed the dodge, which ended the turn. That was a little scary, but nothing super terrifying, as dwarves aren't really throwers. I got a good amount back. The only guy who's not back is one of my loners, so who cares? He still has 2 injured, and I have no injuries. Which puts me at a full team and him down 2. So I'm feeling in really good position here. One interesting thing that happened during the kickoff was it did not select my kick guy. I learned afterwards if you click on the kick guy, you can reselect, but because of that, I actually kicked the ball out of bounds, which made me feel silly. Which allowed him to give it straight to his dodge guy, so both of his possessions, he never had to worry about picking up the ball, which is unfortunate. You always want to make people pick up the ball, and especially move spaces to get the ball, because that limits how close they can get to the line and how much they can get before you can even make a move. Because if I could have kept him way back here, it would have really made his turn even more rough. As I said, I expect to lose a few people, especially when there's zombies on the line. So losing one, I said, okay, we're still up 1. Should work out well. We keep our zombies over here to really protect our positional pieces. Right now, like, we're not in a bad position. He has guard here, which kind of stinks, but like we're just really trying to tie up his pieces as much as possible, especially with the zombies. So I don't mind getting the zombies in tackle zones. Decided to even put my flesh golem in a tackle zone here to tie up his guard piece. Got a knockdown there. Nothing I could really do there, so got back in a safe position. Kick guy's done his thing, so he can start tying up people as well. Get my guard guy all up in here. That was probably a mistake because I exposed him to a nice easy shot there. Like, what the heck was I thinking? I like this guard position because this kind of allows me to make a block next turn and really forces him to do a one die if he wants to do anything.
Right next to a teammate. They're gathering around
Or
that
potentially
lone
even a
player,
negative
like halflings
half
round
die.
a sandwich.
So he gets his guard guy in even better position here,
The attacker has
which allows him to get a nice little 2-die here. He got a push, which was nice. Had he gone at me with the Troll Slayer, that probably would have been better. But I think he wanted to get his guard guy in a position to protect as well. And right now I'm fine with this because I can blitz right into that. He took some half dies. He got some pretty good rolls, which helped him out. Had one of these been a skull, it would have put me in great position. But no such luck. And even a stunned werewolf isn't going to kill me. So I start occupying his pieces again, especially the Troll Slayer, if I can keep him away from my good pieces. My one thought was always keep a guard guy active, free. And if I can always keep a guard guy free, then I can probably take advantage of any situation.
This player likes to be well assisted in fight.
Then I got a tackle zone on the ball, which was nice. And that guy was all tied up. Got a nice little tackle zone with guard in there. Unfortunate that I rolled that. But keep the guys off my guard piece. So right now I have 2 tackle zones on the ball, and he can make 2 blocks on them, but one would have to be with the ball carrier. He does have dodge and a chance to get out. Stand firm helps here in that he can't get more assists on the ball.
This is going to be enough to come out on top.
He decides to hit off that guy, but that even still means I'm guaranteed a tackle zone on the ball at this point. He gets out, but as I said, I'm trying to make him go side to side, and that's exactly what I'm doing. He rolls a skull here, so get his rerolls down. I'm perfectly fine just putting my boys in a little bit of harm's way, especially if there's zombies. My big problem right here is I have his 3 guard pieces kind of tied up, but I'm kind of tied up here as well, and he's going to bash me pretty hard, and I have to get around that to attack. So we start clearing ourselves up here.
Gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich.
So I stay to keep my guard piece active for next turn. Run a blitz here, so hopefully I can get in a better position. Get the both down, which was nice. And come over here to basically keep him as a rover. Have this guard piece. I put him in a pretty bad position here. It was a dumb call because there's a guard piece right there, which kind of hurts because now that guard piece is just kind of, he can get his guys in a better position that I can get bashed off. And this is the turn that I made. I won't say I made mistakes. I will say I put too many people in tackle zones, too many positionals in tackle zones over the next few turns that really turned the tide. Because right now I was feeling confident. I had him tied up. He's yet to make it across the line of scrimmage. And like in a dwarf team, if you can keep him at the line of scrimmage for a while, you're looking good. So this turn I felt like I played well, and then it all kind of came crumbling down. So I got a nice little chain push play, which was great to expose his ball, and a stun. Kept the tackle zones there, got him off, so now I have a wolf that can blitz. Get my guard piece out and put him a little bit in harm's way, but really allow myself to get some good pushing here.
Can the player force possession away from the
Sadly,
ball?
I'm all about not hitting people down. He also has dodge, which is nice. This guy will be getting tackle when he can, probably after wrestle. I would really give myself some good positions. Got both down there, which was unfortunate, and then a push, and pushed his guard guy into a much better position here. Or put myself, by following, in a much worse position with two guard guys around. Had I stayed, that would have been better. Now we start taking a lot of KOs because of a few mistakes like that. Made him get some re-rolls in, which is nice, but still, like, I'm getting hit a lot, and I shouldn't have been. So another KO. That was a positional KO, which really hurts. I don't mind the zombies getting knocked out, but the positional KOs. As I said, I put him in a bad spot, and of course he gets KO'd, which, he's a big piece. So now I'm down 5 guys, and he's only down 2. He just gets a push here. Decides to follow up. Luckily, one of my positionals survived, and he failed his dodge. So, I've got myself in a pretty good position if I can get the ball free. Which is what I start to do, start trying to tie up his dudes as much as possible. As I said, keep the guard pieces free as much as possible. Should have tried to tie up that guy, but really needed that assist there. And then put him here so I could do a push play and guarantee myself 2 die both ways. I decided to take the both down here, just because it would have been the end of my turn anyway. Like, I wouldn't have done much. And we both got stunned, which works for me. Knocks the ball loose, which is why I took the both down. Again, if he was a nice little wrestle piece, that would have been great. But at this point, even now, feeling pretty confident. Like, nothing's going bad. He still has to pick up the ball. I have 3 tackle zones on the ball, and he can only knock 2 off. Both the guard pieces are occupying each other, which is really good for him, because he has 3 guard pieces and I'm down to 1 at the moment, and he gets a nice little 1 die there. Again, that's a 50% chance to knock me down, so it's a smart play. Goes for the pickup, gets it on a 4+, which was quite unfortunate. And like, now I've got a guy knocked out and a bunch of my guys down, and I start making mistakes. So right now, if we pause this, he has a guard guy here, which means I have to at least get 1 assist on to get nothing, which isn't the most fun. Could, in theory, tie up this guy and do a 1 die after tying up there. I also have this, so I could do a 1 die over here. I'm pretty sure I take this 1 die opportunity over here, just to try to get extra blocks in. Was it the right call? I don't know. The other decision was blitz over here with a go for it. That's a 1 die. I have block. He doesn't have block or dodge, so it's a pretty good thought. The problem is I failed both of my dodge rolls, that and the re-roll, so did a 1 and 9, and got stunned. That's not too surprising because he's niggled, so if armor breaks, like, I'm surprised he wasn't knocked out, really. So, and now is where, like, he's free to go and score. He just has to knock a few guys off the ball, which is pretty easy. He actually fails to, like, he knocks off the ball, but he fails to knock down, which gave me a chance. Not much of one, but a chance. The problem is I had no one to go after the ball. My only chance here was him to double fail. He failed once, but the second time rolled a 6, and he's gone off to the races. No one can get near him, which is most unfortunate. He got a lot of pushes, but sadly he just needed pushes on this turn because of my mistakes the previous turn. So, can't do anything about dumb skulls, though. I mean, there wasn't really too much that I could have done to roll a 2-die. Had I rolled a 2-die and gotten double skulls, I would have been able to compensate for it and re-roll, but that would have been the only thing. There weren't many 2-dies to roll. So I just kind of trying to set my guys up to see if I can get any sort of blocks here. Tie him up or something. I just was sad at this point. You can get KO'd, but who really cares at this point?
That's how every match should end.
So he decides to score right away, which is, of course, the best call. But that was unfortunate. I got fortunate to score in the first half, and I felt like I got unfortunate and I feel like I made some mistakes in the second half that after scoring in the first half, I should have won. He played well, exploited my mistakes, got some good KOs, so you can't say anything about that. He set up well here to prevent a 1-turn as well. I wanted to use this dodge guy along with Frenzy to see if I could do some sort of push, but after taking a long amount of time looking at it, I decided that it was a little bit too complex and I couldn't really figure it out in the time given. There's definitely a play here. I just don't see it right away, and decide to bash. So the thought was blitz this guy down to here and then down into here. So I was going to move him there, which of course takes a movement, and then I would have needed another guy here, and then I could have pushed him up and I guess there. That would work. But at that point there's no one to push, so it would have had to be up in there. So yeah, I would have needed to set up some sort of play that I did not really know how to set up, especially based on his configuration. So he did a really good job setting up. So at some point I just say, okay, we'll move the dudes back, give ourselves a blitz, it's the last turn, and just hit some things. Try to set myself up with a nice little pass to, get that vanity point. I get an extra reroll, which is always nice after not having any rerolls.
This is going to be decisive.
Sorry about the weird camera. I just don't want to hit escape because it'll probably do something weird.
Likes to be well assisted.
Yeah, it would.
This is going to be enough.
Gave myself some nice 2-die blocks here. Didn't really get anything, but
Come on, guys, together.
It's so close, and yet so much can still happen. Nothing's certain in this game.
No real armor breaks on the last turn. Successfully pick up the ball. Give it a little toss.
Last minute pass. But will it go anywhere?
Get the free point, and that is the game.
Exciting were those last
Well, thanks for watching. Big thing happened that MVP was my werewolf, and he rolled doubles after this, so I was able to get Mighty Blow. So I now have a block Mighty Blow werewolf. He just had a long beard. 7 armor breaks to 12, which is unfortunate in that my claw didn't really claw too much. I would have expected that to be a little bit more even with me having, claw. I did inflict a kill, which was nice. The only thing is they give you the option to take the guy, and I thought he was just a loner, so I said no, which made me feel silly. 9 KOs to 2 casualties. That was, yeah, quite unfortunate, to say the least. But I did have one of them was a KO on a surf, so like that's not even an armor break. SPP wise though, I got 3 for 1 casualty and that throw. I got 2 for the casualty, 3 for the touchdown, and 5 for the MVP. So I got 5 extra SPP, so you can't complain. Thanks again for watching, and see you guys next week.